Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Where on earth is Phyllis Summers? That's the question in the minds of her children Daniel and Summer, who spent almost an entire cocktail hour speculating as to why their mother had mysteriously gone radio silent. What has become of the young and restless Spitfire? The answer may shock you, or not. Let's face it, Phyllis is a lot of things, and a helicopter mom is definitely one of them. She seemingly appears out of the blue when her children least expect it, and often when they least appreciate her intrusion. Daniel and Summer's latest outing, during which the big bro interrogated his younger sis about her potential lingering feelings for ex-husband Kyle, was a prime example of a situation that Phyllis would have loved to insert herself into, yet she was nowhere to be found. In fact, Daniel and Summer spent a good amount of their time speculating on her whereabouts, given that she'd gone uncharacteristically radio silent recently. Having just made their mother deliriously happy by signing on with Billy's new Abbott Communications venture, Daniel was particularly puzzled by her not taking his calls or answering his texts. Summer hadn't heard from her either, although they both noted she'd set up a family breakfast for the next day. If she doesn't show up to that, which seems likely given the launch of this mini-mystery, their concern is bound to ramp up into a higher gear. So where could she be, or what might she be up to? Well, this is Phyllis, so the possibilities are myriad, but we can narrow it down. Our intrepid redhead could be anywhere, if we're being honest, but some possibilities are more likely than others at this stage of the game. She may have decided to fly out and spy on Danny and Christine on their world tour on a whim, but it's more probable that if she boarded a plane, it was to Paris. We all know that crashing Billy's Valentine's Day happened in her dreams, but we don't know where she was lying her pretty head to sleep when it took place. What if she was already in Paris, slumbering in a hotel, preparing to surprise/accost Billy in person after leaving 16 voicemails? When he finally called her back, she could have been in France, unbeknownst to him. That said, there's no reason she couldn't respond to Daniel from Paris, unless she was unresponsive due to the time difference. We suppose it's possible that Phyllis woke up in Genoa City, feeling a little flutter from her sexy dream about Billy, and called Nick over for a romp in the hay. Isn't that how they started? We're sure there was straw involved at least. Anyway, this is perhaps the least likely explanation, but one that can't be ruled out. Phyllis being Phyllis, there's always the chance that she's managed to land in some kind of trouble. She's been keeping her nose clean of late, but it's entirely possible that some type of strife came a-knockin' at her door. Ian Ward, as we all know, survived the shootout at the O'Coral Ranch and is presumably on the loose. Given he and the MIA redhead share a past, we have to wonder if the cult leader is somehow involved in her sudden disappearance. Summer suggested that perhaps Phyllis' phone died or she lost it, but we know Billy reached her on it. So yeah, something's up, and we don't think such a fuss would have been made over her radio silence if she was simply going to show up for breakfast the next day. That truly would be shocking. Then again, we all know how that Tessa and Aria disappearance turned out. Let us know what you think is going on with Phyllis by voting in the poll.